further indicates or states that if the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the governor have not been substantiated, no further action shall be taken under this section in respect of that allegation, or have been substantiated the allegations. The Senate shall shall offer the governor an opportunity to be heard, and a vote on the charges will be conducted. The provisions of paragraph 4 shall apply with necessary modifications to the findings of the Senate while investigating the matter in plenary. The standing orders further states that if a majority of all the county delegations of the Senate vote to uphold any impeachment charge, the governor shall cease to hold office. If a vote in the Senate fails to result in the removal of the governor, the Speaker of the Senate shall notify the Speaker of the concerned county assembly accordingly, and the motion by the assembly for the removal of the governor on the same charges may only be reintroduced to the Senate after the expiry of 3 months from the date of such vote. The standing orders further state the rules of procedure to be followed by the Senate or a special committee of the Senate are set out in the 5th schedule of the standing orders. The procedure set out in paragraph 1 to 8 shall apply with the necessary modifications to impeach a county governor. The standing orders further provides for the right to be heard, where it states that whenever the Constitution or any written law requires the Senate to consider a petition or a proposal for the removal of a person from office, the person shall be entitled to appear before the relevant committee of the Senate considering the matter and shall be entitled to legal representation. If you're just joining us, we are waiting for the business of the Senate this afternoon to commence. This is a special sitting gazetted by the Speaker of the Senate, Speaker Kenneth Makelo Lusaka.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with the abundant favor and blessings as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to leadership positions in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen.
Order number 1, communication from the chair.
Order, members. Honorable Senators, on the request of the Senate Majority Leader via letter reference number Senate SNE SML CRR dated 22nd June 2020, and with the support of the requisite number of senators, I appointed today, Friday 26th June 2020, as a day for a special sitting of the Senate via Gazette Notice number 4235 dated 24th June 2020. In the Gazette Notice, I indicated that the business to be transacted at this special sitting shall be the consideration of the report of the Special Committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Anne Mumbi Waiguru, the Governor of Kirinyaga County. Honorable Senators, you will recall that my letter reference number CAK/SPK/SEN/1/001 dated 9th June 2020 and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Wednesday 10th June 2020, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kirinyaga informed the Speaker of the Senate that at a sitting of the County Assembly held on the morning of Tuesday 9th June 2020, the County Assembly of Kirinyaga approved a motion pursuant to Section 33(2) of the County Governments Act for the removal from office by impeachment of Governor Anne Mumbi Waiguru, the Governor of Kirinyaga County. In terms of Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33(3)(a) of the County Governments Act 2012 and Standing Order 75(1)(a) of the Senate Standing Orders, the Speaker of the Senate, upon receiving notice of the resolution from the Speaker of the Kirinyaga County Assembly, convened a meeting of the Senate on 16th June 2020 to hear charges against the governor. Consequently, Honorable Senators, the Senate on 16th June 2020, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act 2012 and Standing Order number 75(1)(b)(1), by resolution, established a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter of the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Governor of Kirinyaga County and to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether it finds the particulars of the allegations to have been substantiated. Honorable Senators, for your information, both Section 33(6) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 75(4) provide as follows. If the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the governor, A, have not been substantiated, further proceedings shall not be taken under this section in respect of that allegation, or B, have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the charges. The chairperson of the special committee will shortly lay on the table of the House the report of the committee. Once it's laid, Honorable Senators will have time to peruse it. No action will be taken immediately, but the Senate will be suspended for 30 minutes in order to allow Honorable Senators some time to go through the report. This is so because at the point at which the report will be laid, it is not known to the House which of the two procedures provided in Section 33(6) of the County Government Act and Standing Order number 75(4) will be applied. The committee report will determine the procedure to be applied thereafter. After Honorable Senators have had the opportunity of perusing the report and establishing the findings of the special committee, in the event that the special committee reports that any particulars of the allegations have been substantiated, a motion will be listed for business in a supplementary order paper, which, once prepared, will be circulated when we reconvene after 30 minutes. Debate will then ensue in the usual manner. At the conclusion thereof, the Senate will proceed to vote on each of the impeachment charges after according the governor the opportunity to be heard. Honorable Senators, in this regard, an invitation has been extended to the governor of Kirinyaga County to sit in the gallery during debate on the motion. At the appropriate time before I put the question on the motion, the governor will appear, if present, before the Senate and be heard either by herself or her legal representatives. I wish to inform the honorable senators that if the governor chooses to exercise this right to appear and be heard by the Senate, she shall be heard here either by herself or her advocate in total silence. The governor's speech shall not be followed by any questions or comment, and the Senate shall thereafter immediately proceed to vote on each allegation found to have been substantiated. Honorable senators, in the event that the special committee finds that the charges against the governor have not been substantiated, further proceedings on this matter shall not be taken, and I will give further guidance on how to proceed. I thank you. Next.
Order number 2, papers. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 26th June 2020. Report of the Special Committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Anne Mumbi Waiguru, the Governor of Kirinyaga.
So I now suspend the House for 30 minutes, and I just want to advise, if you go out, you must come back to your own seat where you are sitting, just to avoid condemnation, or you hang around. Copies are going to be put on your discs. 30 minutes.
The senators have retreated to peruse the report by the special committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Anne Mumbi Waiguru, the Governor of Kirinyaga County. The chairperson of the special committee has laid on the table of the Senate the report of the committee. The special committee on the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Kirinyaga County, chaired by Cleophas Malala, ended its two-day hearing on Wednesday evening, having heard from 3 witnesses presented by the Governor's Council and closing arguments from both sides. The conclusion of hearings set the stage for preparation of the special report, and its tabling at this special sitting which the Senate is holding today, Friday, the 26th day of June. Of course, this special sitting is courtesy of a gazette notice by the Speaker of the Senate, the Right Honorable Kenneth Makelo Lusaka. Governor Anne Waiguru of Kirinyaga County, in a closing statement, was confident that her lawyers have dispelled the false allegation that formed the basis of her impeachment. And the County Assembly, through its legal counsel, Ndegwenjiru, urged the Senate to look at the transgressions demonstrated before it and committed on the residents of Kirinyaga County and Kenyans as a whole. Section 33(6)(b) of the County Governments Act, read together with Senate Standing Orders 75, subsection 4b, provides that where the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the governor have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the charges. Where the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the governor have not been substantiated, further proceedings shall not be taken in respect of that allegation, in line with section 33 subsection 6A of the County Government Act and Senate Standing Order 75, subsection 4. So right now the senators are on a 30-minute break to peruse the report. Thereafter, depending on the recommendation of that report, the Speaker will issue a directive, and as he stated earlier, the recommendation will determine whether a motion will be drafted for debate in the chamber this afternoon. If should the committee recommend that the governor has a question to answer, and that the Senate or the County Assembly of Kirinyaga did substantiate some or all of the allegations, then the motion will be debated this afternoon. But should the committee conclude that the allegations were not substantiated, then the hands of the plenary or the Senate as a whole will be tied, and therefore the Speaker will issue a directive going forward. The business of the Senate this afternoon is the report of the special committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment the Honorable Anne Mumbi Waiguru, the governor of Kirinyaga County. We are a few minutes into the 30-minute break. The senators will be furnished with a report of the special committee, which has been holding its sittings at the county home as well as the Senate chamber, and that report arrived in the Senate just moments ago, and copies are being made which will be circulated to the members of the Senate so that senators can be able to peruse and understand and acquaint themselves with the contents of that report. Both parties during the hearing did call up their witnesses, and the witnesses did give account as to the happenings in Kirinyaga County with regard to this motion that led or brought about the impeachment of the Kirinyaga governor. Should the allegations be substantiated and a motion is moved before the Senate, then the governor will be accorded an opportunity to defend herself. Of course, this is after the debate has been concluded. After the governor has been accorded that opportunity to speak on the matter, then senators will proceed to a vote. There will be no debate after the governor has spoken, but we will arrive there depending on the recommendations and the findings of the special committee which has been investigating this matter. If you're just joining us, this is a live broadcast of the special sitting of the Senate, gazetted by the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, on this 26th day of June 2020. This broadcast is brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. The special committee, which is chaired by the Senator for Kakamega County, Senator Cleophas Malala, also comprised of Senators Abshiro Halake, Senator Michael Mbito, Senator Mwangi Paul Githiomi, Senator Beth Mugo, Senator Anwar Oloitiptip, Senator Philip Mpayei, Senator Beatrice Komboka, Senator Stewart Madzayo, Senator Judith Pareno, and Senator Moses Kajwang of Homa Bay. The committee was established on 16th June 2020 by the Senate to investigate the impeachment of Governor Anne Mumbi Waiguru. Of course, the parties did defend their positions before the committee on Tuesday and on Wednesday. They did call up witnesses, and currently that report is being perused by the senators. As soon as the senators reconvene this special sitting, we will hand you over for the live broadcast courtesy of the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
In this episode of Advocates of Change, we turn the page to the remarkable writers and changes in the world of literature. Dan Brown, English teacher to multi-million-dollar author.